Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. It is Bruce Jordan, the Michael Jordan Hotels. Today we got Phunware inside the house. Dima is in the building. We're at High Tech 2026 and we're having a great time. First question, of course, I always ask is first, welcome to the show. I appreciate you being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
And number two, how did you get started in this business?
Oh man, a lot of failure.
Yeah.
A lot of failure. In 2008, I was trying to build an OTA. We were doing things nobody else still to this day does. And the Great Recession happened. But that's what whetted my appetite. And then in 2014, I was at Oracle. Company I was at was acquired by Oracle Marketing Cloud. We started forming that. Oracle Data Cloud came in. And it woke me up to the connection between first-party data, such as what you get in a booking, and behavioral and intent targeting, such as what's done in online advertising.
Okay.
And so I came out of that. We built a machine learning platform to understand how guests move through a property and then begin to infer things off of that movement so that we can begin to influence and surprise and delight them. So let's say you're at a property, it's a busy day on that property, you don't have lunch scheduled. We wanted to be able to tell you, hey, you don't have lunch in your itinerary, you're not booked anywhere. There's a restaurant right by you that has 2 spots for you and your wife. Should I book that reservation for you?
Oh, wow.
And so it was too early for this industry at that point, and we ended up selling the technology to somebody that wanted to build. It was early AI. And then I just got back into MarTech and FinTech for a while. And I came across Phunware. The first time was in 2007 when ESPN was a client, and Phunware built the ESPN fan app for early mobile. And then 8 months ago, I rediscovered it. I found that Phunware had a really good footprint, had really good distribution in wayfinding, meaning we can help a guest find where to go on a property, whether they're indoor, outdoor, on a specific floor, in a hallway, near a restaurant, and we're capturing all of that movement. And so if we take that and connect it to an intelligence layer, right, we can do all this stuff that I envisioned 12 years ago couldn't deliver. Today, all of the technology pieces are in place. And so that's how I came here. That's how I found it.
You know, one of the things that I love the most is the self-branded app. Like a lot of these apps that you have out here, it promotes the actual company that furnishes the app. It doesn't promote the hotel. But your app, you can actually brand it for the hotel so it looks native versus it, looking like something that's coming from another company.
Yeah, the app is really step one.
Really?
It's
That's
really
step one?
That is step one, because there are companies with apps, but guest experience is everywhere. And so the app is a great place for us to be when the property really wants to up-level that guest experience by not having them lost, right? We've done a lot of research. We've scraped everything public, TripAdvisor, Google, everything you can think of. In properties where guests get lost, see about a half a star, even a star difference in rating than when a guest can find what's going on the property. So the app is that first piece. But even if it's not our app, we have an SDK that can live inside of somebody else's app and still provide that level of service. So that's why I say the app is the first step. It gets us closest to the customer, it gets us closest to their guest. But then if the customer has an app that they use today, we can integrate with that just as well. And then where we're going is making the experience portable. So you can start on the web, you can move to the app. As a guest, it shouldn't matter. We should be ubiquitous.
Correct. Let's say I have a property, I need results. I need real solutions. My property, the larger properties, they have like 10 outlets. They have a sports bar, they have fine dining, they have your regular grab and go. Like these are huge resort properties. What would be my first step if I was to come to Phunware?
As a property.
As a property.
So that's our sweet spot. What we do is we actually take a blueprint of the entire property. We translate it. We would then beacon the property, meaning if you're familiar with an AirTag, right? An AirTag tells you when you're looking at your phone how far away it is.
Correct.
Well, our app and our SDK tell us how far away your phone is from all the beacons we've placed. So we can triangulate exactly where you are. And because we know each beacon individually, we know what floor you're on, we know what hallway you're in, we know what stairwell you're walking on. So we would do all of that. We would map that space. Of course, if you had your app, we'd integrate. If you didn't, we'd build the content. We'd understand what your events are. We would connect into whatever your systems are for booking spa, for booking cabana. If you have dynamic dynamic pricing, that would be amazing because we can really begin to play with that. Hot day, undersold cabanas, dynamic pricing.
Correct.
We have push, what we call mobile engagement, built into the platform. I can tell that somebody is looking at their app at a pool.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So I can say, hey, it's a hot day. Cabanas are at a 20% discount. Can I book you one?
That is incredible.
So what we're doing is we're keeping the guest, we're trying to give them the best on-property experience that they can have. And at the same time, we're keeping them on the property for the property so that they can get the ancillary revenue, so that they can get what we think about in tech is stickiness of the product, so that the property becomes sticky to them. They want to stay there. They want to come back. So it's building value for both.
Tell me about the concierge side of this.
AI concierge is really exciting. There are a lot of companies that talk about it, that claim to do it in some shape or form. We wanted to provide the most utility, and we wanted it to make sense, and we wanted it to feel seamless and not like a chatbot. There's a major airline that I use, their chatbot drives me to tears. We didn't want that experience. It has to improve the guest experience. It has to improve the property's operations and intelligence. So we built this in the fall. We betaed it in the fall with a major customer, 2,200 rooms, 30 restaurants on property.
Nice.
And we rolled it out in January. And we thought that we would see 40% adoption, maybe 25,000 questions over the course of 4 months. We got about 40,000 questions.
Wow.
We got about 70+% adoption. Because what happens is you go to a resort like this. I'm a terrible planner. Probably in the wrong job, even. No, I'm kidding. I'm a terrible planner, right? I can't figure it out. I actually brought someone on who worked on Disney Genie so that we learned from some of what they discovered. So here you can go on this, you hit a button. It's like ChatGPT.
Nice.
You can use dictation. You can type to it. But basically, you say, hey, I really want a steak. It'll say, these are your 4 options. Do you want to see their menus? Oh, I like this one. Should I take you there? Yeah. And now the map opens up, right? Probably shouldn't do that on film, right? Now the map opens up and you see your blue dot and you see the path that you're supposed to go on, and we'll take you there. Even if it's on a different floor, even if it is 20 minutes away, we'll route you there. And then we can do very specific things. And I was joking about this with some casinos, but in reality, right, if you've been to Vegas or Atlantic City, you ask to go to the bathroom, and the bathroom may be right there, but somehow it's through the casino floor. We can do that routing too. So we can say, hey, whenever there's a chance to walk through this particular area, maybe it's slots, maybe it's an underutilized amenity at the property, like you have another pool and another bar. We can route people through it specifically. And again, the idea is use more of the property, make it sticky, get them the full experience. And so our AI concierge enables that further by basically helping them understand what options they have, directing them there. And then depending on the level of integration, we can book it too.
Wow. Especially the mapping, one of the things that I really don't see, you ever been to fine dining and you really can't see the food until it comes out. Is that an option when they're selecting the menus to see a picture or a video? Or...
Absolutely.
Nice.
I mean, the options are really unlimited. The question is, what works best? What we're building now is really a massive evolution from that. moving into a guest intelligence platform and away from apps and wayfinding alone. These are really the feeders. They're the food, the fuel for this engine. And with this, what we want to do is we want to learn. So let's say you're looking at, the Wagyu steak, and we see that you're looking at steak. We should use that. And now we've released at this show an itinerary planner where you can plan your meals, you can plan your events, even before you come to the property. While on property, you don't have lunch book. We can tell you, you don't have lunch book. We're busy. You go do that. And then if we know that you look at a lot of steaks, well, we probably should recommend a steakhouse. And you as a guest, that experience is way more seamless. It's not like we're bombarding you with a bunch of ads. That's not valuable. It's telling you, hey, we got what you want. Here it is. Get to it faster, right? And for the property, of course, they're holding on to that guest. That guest isn't frustrated. That guest isn't going up to 35 staff members to ask them how to get there. That guest isn't staring at the menu and deciding it doesn't work and has to walk another 10 minutes. We're easing that congestion. We're making everything flow a lot faster. You're getting ancillary revenue as a property, and as a guest, your experience is much more high touch.
Wow. The savings that's going to happen, of course, is evident. What role do we play on the back end of the software? Like, what is the back end like? Like, what are some of the things that we'll be looking forward to, or maybe some of the things we need to probably get rid of now that we have the software installed?
I think the industry as a whole is very rightfully concerned about data privacy.
Correct.
Coming out of MarTech, this is an issue that was solved in other industries over a decade ago. We do encryption. All PII is encrypted. All data is protected. But look, the reality is your bank gets broken into. Your bank gets hacked, right? The credit bureaus get hacked.
Correct.
The data is safe relative to the rest of the industry, but more importantly for properties, the PII is safe and protected at any industry standard. And more importantly, what's proprietary to that property is separate and protected. We don't store that. We just aggregate the knowledge and we use it while on property. But you'll never be property X knowing exactly what somebody did on property Y.
Perfect.
So there's a very, very rigid separation of that. But where we're going is really cool. So I hired a product team to help us because you want to bring in outside DNA. And I hired a guy named Michael Sebda. He built a few small things, he and his team, like Facebook Newsfeed.
Oh, wow.
Disney Plus's streaming service.
Wow.
He was the chief product officer at Marcus for Goldman Sachs, Univision. So what he's built is in use by 1.5 billion people today. We brought him in to help accelerate this build. And so the future that I see, what outside industries know already, and it's pretty exciting to bring it to hospitality, is all of these different technology platforms, as long as the data flows easily, the APIs work, the RESTful, the whole thing, we can take what we are building, that knowledge of how a customer moves, how a guest moves through the property, connect it to all the point of sale, CRM, PMS data, everything, build this new model. And now we're going to flip it back to the property and give the property operational intelligence.
Nice.
Here's where you have bottlenecks. Here's where it takes a long time for someone to get to the front desk. You have big turnover. On Thursday, you should get somebody to the front desk pronto. They don't carry around mobile devices with a special app. No problem. We can schedule messaging.
Okay.
Build up at the front desk. It's a text message. All of these pieces are now coming together. And what we really want to do is take the notion that I talked about of customer success, right? The more they activate on your property, the more they utilize what's on property, the more of a relationship you build, the stickier that property is. We want to take all of that abstraction, all of that knowledge, and begin to really create this incredible guest experience. And at the same time, give all of that operational, not only intelligence, like what's going on, but learn from what we see and give recommendations back. that you as a GM running around can take action in real time with minimal effort, right? It's not about making the stack more complex. It's about making it understandable, digestible, actionable.
Correct. APIs with the PMS systems. I know some of them were open and some of them were closed. Like, what are some of the challenges you face with those, and how have you overcome them?
I mean, money overcomes a lot of things.
Yes, it
right?
does.
Look, we may in hospitality, people are outgoing, people are gregarious, right? It's amazing that these systems are walled gardens. It's going to change, and the reason it's going to change is that every other industry has figured it out. Look at Salesforce. Anybody can API into Salesforce.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
Salesforce has become so sticky, so embedded. People don't want to move off. It's too hard. Even though Salesforce is not the most advanced tech on the planet, right? And I've been in SaaS and in sales, and right, but it is absolutely open to anyone. And I think that there are PMSs that are going to learn that the real value they provide is not by locking the system down. It's by making it easier for the property to operate. And so we have some very large properties, and we're relying on them to go back to the PMS and say, this is what we want. You want our logo? We want interconnectability.
Yeah, I know Opera's somewhat open with Oracle with their Opera Cloud. I think that's the one that was the most open out of all of them.
Yeah. Because Oracle knows. Right? There was a great interview. I worked for Oracle briefly. There was a great interview with Larry Ellison when Salesforce was really blowing up 12 years ago or so. And they said, well, how do you feel? Are they a competitor now? And he said, well, Salesforce is built on Oracle's databases. Every time they grow, we grow. And then if you look at what he's done with investment into OpenAI, Anthropic, all of these guys, he now understands that you go ahead and you invest in your competition, but in reality, what does Oracle know? They know data. They know data centers. They know all of these things. I'd expect them to get in that game. And of course, there's Oracle AI. Similarly, all of these other companies are going to learn that the way to expand is to make yourself indispensable, not lock yourself away.
I agree.
What's your favorite property?
My favorite property is it's a hotel in the Virgin Islands. It's a historic property. It's called the Buccaneer. It's about.
What do I know? What island is it on?
It's in St. Croix.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it have like an 18-hole golf course, like 3 pools. It's a smaller hotel. It's like 134 rooms, but they have 3 beaches. Yeah, it's like 400 acres. It's like huge.
Right.
Yeah.
So we have a number of properties that are several hundred acres. And the number of rooms doesn't matter. It's the guests having a good time on that property that matters, and being able to find where they're going. And then really turning that around and creating this higher touch experience. There's a great quote, which I'm going to butcher, that the woman that runs University of Florida's hospitality school said, which is technology without humanity or human touch is really efficient indifference, right? We want to create a higher touch experience.
For sure.
Right? So that you feel the opposite, right? The technology isn't indifferent to you. In fact, it's just supporting you. It's supporting the hotel staff. They don't have to run around and answer 200 questions. They don't have to worry about frazzled customers. They're getting a happier guest. Guests are having a better time on property. We're trying to solve for that.
There's still a small percentage more mature people. I would want to say maybe in their 80s. My grandmother, she's 94. She can FaceTime. There's just certain things with technology that she just can't do. What do you think this system would do for them?
Oh, you're touching on a very near and dear subject.
And it's such a small amount of people that's in that category. Maybe 5% of people that are still in that category, that they still want the paper.
So there's an ICP that we're expanding to that really talks to this group. I actually think that the technology is brilliant for older people.
Oh, wow.
And here's why. Today, I can place a map pin and share it with you and tell you where I am on property. We can make that dead simple. So if you know that your property has more older guests that need that support, we can tailor the app similar to how they used to make phones with big numbers on them.
Yeah.
We can tailor the app to make it much more accessible to people that are not as technologically advanced.
Nice.
Right? And I don't mean my mother, who's not old in my mind, she's 76. She knows Photoshop, right? When she discovered Gemini, and what she can do with Nano Banana, she's fully there. So I don't think it's necessarily age even. I think it is really technological comfort
Okay.
and comfort with the user interfaces. We can make it very easy so that grandma can send you a pin of where she is, even if it's inside on the property.
Nice.
Grandma can find her way to the restaurant because it's literally a map, and it shows a blinking dot of where she is, and it shows where she's going. And you can see the features. Oh, I'm walking to the left of the pool.
Better than Google Maps.
Well, because Google, frankly, like to go after the indoor space, it's incredibly challenging.
Yeah.
We know we've gone against many companies that do wayfinding and mapping. I mean, of course I'm going to say this, but in all of our benchmarks, we're much more accurate and we're in real time. So it's a boon, right? You find your way around the property. You can find your family. You know where to go to eat. With AI Concierge, we know the closest restaurants, so you don't have to walk that far.
Yeah.
Right? I actually think that this is a group that'll get more of the benefit than you or I, for example, right?
Sure.
Because you want to go get lost on a golf course for 4 hours. Me, I'm trying to drown myself at the beach. True story. Right? For them, they're actually navigating in this more challenging environment, lower energy. We can help.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Listen, thank you for being on the show.
Pleasure.
Absolutely amazing.
Thanks for having me, man.
How can everybody get in touch with you?
Well, the best way is go to the site and drop your information. We are very quick on the ball. We're very quick on the ball. We would love to talk to you. Fill out a contact form. We're pretty aggressive about calling back.
Right.
We're Johnny on the spot.
Perfect. And thank you for watching the episode. This is Bruce Short and the Michael Jordan Hotels signing out.
Hey, what's going on? It's Bruce Short, the Hotel Revenue Expert. I just want to take a quick second to thank you for watching this video. If you could just do us a big favor and just subscribe to the channel. We have a lot more videos like this, more information, great information about hotels. I'm also the author of the Hotel Revenue Bible. You can get that book on hotelrevenuebible.com. And we are here to answer all your questions. So if you have any questions, just shoot us a quick text at 321-321-2002. That's 321-321-2002. And you can book a revenue call. Go to hotelrevenuecall.com and we can answer any and all your questions. Just make an appointment with me. You'll do one-on-one with me. You'll be able to do one-on-one with me, and we could go ahead and get all your questions answered and see if you have any revenue issues that needs to be resolved. Talk to you soon. Thank you again. Hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate you.